Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So today it's gonna be a very important issue that I would like to talk about. It's a very highly requested from my followers regarding talking about toxic relationships, narcissism, and I'm also going to talk about the word rape. Maybe you have recently heard about the rape cases in Bangladesh, India, and there have been major demonstration about that, and I would like to raise awareness of that also, and you'll understand why throughout the video, why I would like to discuss about that too. So first I would like to talk about narcissism. And the definition of narcissism is that a person who has this grandeur picture of themselves. It's almost like they have this self-love, but in a very dangerous way. And the most important trait of a narcissistic person is that they lack empathy for other people. And the reason why I would like to talk about this is because I would like to share my story and bring awareness to other women and probably guys also who have been or are in the same situation that I have gone through. So if I'm gonna talk about myself, is that I've been in a serious relationship for 4 years, and it was not a good one. It was very toxic and very abusive. It was actually from, he was from Bangladesh and born and raised in Sweden, and also from, and he was a couple of younger than me. So I just want to say that I'm not gonna hide the information that needs to be brought up, because whatever that has happened, Allah has seen everything, so I'm not scared of anything or anyone but Allah. So if you feel like, oh my God, how can she speak so much about this guy? Since this was a secret relationship that I had with him, not from my side, I wanted to go public about it and make it, as we say, halal, but he didn't want to, and I understand now why he did these things. But let's just go back to the narcissistic definition. And what I have seen from my relationship with him is that he was a very angry person, very insecure, very jealous, and had anger issues. I kept walking on eggshells. I could not feel that I could express my feelings, express my thoughts, or communicate with him, because everything I said was irrelevant, and whatever he thought or assumed was the most relevant thing in the world. I remember that he always used to interrupt me whenever I wanted to speak about feelings or the issues that we had throughout our relationship. And I just want to say that relationships, like, there's no such thing as perfect. So relationships needs to be based on respect, trust, and love, and honor the other person. And it comes with hard work and dedication and commitment, and he did not have these things. He did not possess these things, and the reason was that he was actually playing with me, you know. He was a fuckboy. He also cheated on me. He cheated on me with whom he married this year, 2020, and they were having an affair or contact in June 2019. while he was together with me. But why I want to speak about these things is because my wrongdoings in this case was that I didn't acknowledge or see the red flags. I did not listen to my gut feeling, and I was just seeing his empty promises, and just thinking that I love him, you know. But while loving him, I forgot to love myself. While carrying him and his baggage and like trying to uplift him, I was drowning myself and forgot about myself. And I think that the worst thing that could ever happen to you is when you lose yourself. And it's never worth it. I mean, a partner should not push you down. A partner should uplift you and honor you and respect you. But I didn't see these things. And I was so naive. Oh, I was so naive that I was so blind by love. I was so blind by the potential, the fairy tale picture that I had of him and me as a family. You know, he's gonna be my future husband. And he called me wifey, Janima, and he was calling me so many sweet words and names, and I just kept believing in these empty promises and empty words that meant nothing to him. It was only to manipulate me to get what he wanted. And another thing that I noticed was that he was very like douchebag towards me. Like he could always comment on the way I looked or how my body was. Like he was very sexually active. I remember that he got pissed at me just because I didn't want to be cozy with him. I just wanted to watch some TV and Netflix, but he turned it around and used it against me and said that I'm not attracted to him. And he always yelled at me every time we wanted to discuss something. He was always having this high-pitched voice where he was yelling at me. And honestly, my mom and dad has never yelled at me that much that he has done. And it was really scary, because let's be honest here, if someone is yelling at you, like really, really yelling at you and calling you names, whatever, like, will you listen to that person? No. No one will listen to that person. So I don't understand why he just thought that I will accept all the bullshit and things that you're saying to me. And he was very, very manipulative, and he was blaming everything on me and saying that you need to fix this relationship, it's all your fault, fix it, fix it, fix it. You know, he was so aggressive. And every time I tried to talk back, as in expressing my feelings and saying that this is what I feel, this is how I feel right now, he just ignored that. It was all about him. It's very that selfish behavior. And I also remember that he wanted me to cut off my male friends. He claimed that they are in love with me, so you cannot stay friends with them. And if the guy from the customer service was being nice to me, he could say that, oh, why is he talking so nice to you? I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna go there and hit him real hard. And for me it was like, why this violent behavior? Like, people are being nice because they're in that service-minded approach, you know. So he had this different view and perception of how the world is, and the surrounding and everything was so completely in the wrong way, the way he saw the world. So it was not matching with the reality. And I mentioned earlier in the video that I wanted to talk about the word rape. And I was in Egypt last year with him. It was in the autumn, and he raped me in Egypt the first night while I was asleep, and basically he attacked me, and I woke up seeing him on top of me, and he was very heavy, and he's much more taller and stronger than I am, of course. So I was shocked. I didn't understand anything because I was so tired that night, and waking up to this amount of weight on top of my body, it was I was terrified. I just didn't understand, like, who is this? What do I have on my body? And he was doing these sexual movements on my body, and I remember that I did not like it, and I told him that I'm asleep, what are you doing, and then I fell asleep again. I don't think you understand like how tired I was, because I just felt like I was nasha, I was intoxicated by something, but I was not drinking anything because I don't drink. I've never touched alcohol, but I just felt like I am gone. I'm gone. I'm not even with my body. And when I woke up, I was like, I was feeling pain in my private parts, and I was looking at myself in the mirror and asking myself, like, what he did to me, is that okay? Because he did not have my consent. And even if he does have it or not, you don't do that to your partner. You don't do that to a human being. You don't do that to anyone. And listen very carefully, like, rape is rape. In juridical terms, whatever he did to me, according to the Swedish law, and maybe any other law too, that was rape. And it's never, never okay. And I was so scared of bringing up this thing to him, because this was the beginning of our vacation, and I thought, like, if I'm gonna say something to him, I'm gonna ruin the whole thing, and he will be so freaking mad at me and blame it on me and say many other excuses. So I didn't say anything, but I felt that something was wrong. This is not okay. And one thing about him is that he normalized every single thing in our relationship. Whatever was wrong and not okay to do, he normalized and made it as a standard thing, that I owe him this. I should fulfill his needs, his sexual needs. And I'm not a slave, but I felt like his slave. And I questioned him many, many times, like, why should I do this, and why? But you know that I love you. You know that I'm wanting the best for you. And he was so expert in in taking charge over my mind and body and everything, because I truly felt like I owe him these things. But when he raped me in Egypt, I just felt like this is not okay. But I was still scared of talking to him about this, so I just ignored it. And then when we came back from this trip, he said that he wanted to talk to me, and like, he all of a sudden broke up, and I didn't understand why. I was so confused. I was so hurt. And 6 weeks later, I found out that he was presenting to his family, and he got married just 4 months after. And I was in shock. I could not understand that these things happened to me. It was not just being in a toxic relationship. It was not just being raped. It was not just being cheated on. It was all these things together from a person that I saw as a family member. He was my partner, he was my best friend. And these things that happen, I wouldn't even wish for my worst enemy, because if you're a good person, you don't do these things. Like, you don't hurt a person deliberately because you want to gain your success or happiness or your maqsad, as in your goal. I can appreciate a person who is more real and honest in the beginning, and who says like, hey, I just want to have some fun and time pass, I'm not into something serious, than a person who is acting like, we are getting married, I promise you you're gonna be my wife, I promise you we're gonna tell our parents that we want to make it halal and that we have been together. You don't. And as a Muslim, I just feel like you're a Muslim, you're born and raised in Sweden, the education is free here, we have so many possibilities to, you know, build up our character and do many things and give love to other people and the service and everything. Like, we have everything, and yet you choose the wrong way, you choose the bad road to happiness. And I still can't believe that this has happened to me. I still can't believe that he sexually attacked me. It truly shows that I've been with a monster for 4 years, and I was living in denial. I was being manipulated by him. I was so naive. And I also know that Allah, Alhamdulillah, God, Allah truly saved me from this monster, because hardships and bad experience are also hidden blessings. So I'm truly grateful that I got rescued, because rejection is indeed Allah's protection. And I have come more closer to Allah. I pray more. I understand what life is all about. I'm in the healing process. I'm trying to find the happy me again. Who was I before I met him? And it's tough, because I'm dreaming nightmares, and I'm scared of having contact with other guys, or if they try to approach me, I'm very like on guard. I'm gonna have trust issues, and it's the process, you know. Sometimes I feel like, oh, today I'm feeling so good, but then the next day I can be like sleeping all day and not going up from bed, not even, you know, eat breakfast or even brush my teeth. I think that is such a pain in the ass to do. So when I feel like I'm going one step forward, the other day I can go 2 steps back in my development and in my process. So I don't want people to say that healing process is the same for everyone. It's not. It's not the same. I'm in my like cycle, my dimension, my way of dealing with everything, and we all people function in different ways. So I hope people can respect that and not judge me, because my video is not about being judged or having your opinion about my story. It's about opening up and realize that I am wounded, but I'm not gonna let that define me throughout my life. I will learn from my experiences, and I'm so grateful that I was saved. And I truly hope that my video inspire other people to go out from toxic relationships and to learn to see those red flags, and don't take shit from anyone, you know. Learn to love yourself and respect yourself, because it's not worth it, and you can't really have a guarantee that this person will be there for you, or you can't really see what their real motives is for being with you or something like that. But never neglect that gut feeling, because I did not use my intuition. I was blindly in love with this person, and I remember I was discussing with my best friend, and she gave me this wisdom that she said, like, Sonny, don't ever regret that you loved someone so sincerely, just because that shows your true pure heart, that you have the ability to love someone else that much. And if you can love the wrong person that much, then imagine how much I can love the right person. And when she said that, it really hit my heart and head, and she was so correct, because I know that I have the ability to be a person who can love so hard and so sincerely and with purity, you know. And Allah knows my true intention. Allah knows, and Allah has seen everything. Whatever I have been saying to you all throughout this video is no bullshit. This is the real, bitter truth, the brutal, raw truth about my life. And I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person or a perfect Muslim, but this has happened to me, and I need to acknowledge that. And I hope you guys can respect also, and try not to be so judgmental, because really I do not need your opinions about certain things. I just want you to hear me out and understand and realize that even the strongest women in this world go through so many things. Also strongest men in this world. I'm speaking of the general perspective, and you never truly know what people go through, because you cannot walk in other people's shoes. So please show some mercy, respect, and understanding, and have the high level of empathy for other people. I think that is very, very important. And to everyone who has given me their support, I truly, truly love you guys for showing me so much support and the love. Thank you. Really, really, thank you.